As a foreign language teacher and a pre-service teacher supervisor, I can't imagine myself not researching my subject. So the main aim of my research is to try to understand what I'm doing whenever I'm teaching or monitoring others' lessons, and this is an everyday challenge. The topic I settled on for this presentation takes into account Otávio Paz's words, the perception we have about ourselves within the other. I will start my presentation by explaining the learning situation of my research. The context was the international project NIFLAR, Networked Interaction in Foreign Language Acquisition and Research. The University of Utrecht, Netherlands, coordinated this project, in which 8 universities cooperated. One of them was the University of Coimbra, Portugal, and that's how I came to participate in this project. Within the NIFLAR project, a video web communication environment was developed in which students could directly communicate with native speakers, work together, and share files. The discussion partners were native speakers, pre-service teachers, and foreign language learners. The application Adobe Connect was used for the project, which allows visual, voices, and textual interactions and collaborative work. It was also possible to use a whiteboard and temporarily take over the screen of any of the participants in the system. The system also allowed peer writing tasks online and the recording of the interactive sessions. The language clusters of the project were Dutch, Portuguese, Russian, and Spanish, and the target groups took part in cross-cultural interaction sessions and were integrated in formal academic courses. The results of pilots and follow-up sessions indicated that participants liked the interactions, had relevant learning experience and meaningful negotiation about social and cultural issues, and most of them would like to continue participating in the project. From the work done by the group of the University of Coimbra, I studied the interactions that took place in the follow-up sessions. The participants were volunteers, and the tasks fell into the categories reflection about the theme, analysis of real documents, and collaborative writing. There were 4 main themes: let's go shopping, studying abroad, healthcare and lifestyles, and working in Portugal. The corpus consisted of transcriptions of 39 recorded interactions in a total of 14,899 turn-taking and questionnaires. For the qualitative analysis, the application online Web KDA was used, Web Qualitative Data Analysis. The use of recorded data enables repeated and detailed examination of the interaction events and extends the range and precision of the observations which can be made. A transcript represents both the research and the participants' views. Transcripts, therefore, are partial representations, and the ways in which data are represented influence the range of meanings and interpretations possible. Regarding the theoretical background, I took into account a main theme of my study, Telecollaboration 2.0, which relates new online literacy, intercultural interaction, and foreign language learning. According to this framework, there were designed 4 main themes in my research. 1. The use of cognitive ICT. 2. Intercultural awareness. 3. Metalangagière activities done by Portuguese foreign language learners. 4. native speaker speech in interaction with Portuguese foreign language learners. I will present the analysis concerning interaction partners, specifically native speakers, as a reference points for levels of language proficiency and of the culture. Therefore, the key questions were: how do we classify the turn-taking of the native speakers in interaction with Portuguese foreign language learners? In what way does the meaning negotiation between native and non-native speakers develop intercultural awareness? According to Bloomfield, the first language a human being learns to speak is his native language. He is a native speaker of this language. Stern considers that the native speaker's competence or proficiency or knowledge of the language is a necessary point of reference for the second language proficiency concept used in language teaching. On the other hand, the distinction between native speakers and non-native speakers might cause some peculiar situations. Can a native speaker be distinguished from a non-native speaker as other contrary ideas and things may be distinguished? Gold from something that is not gold, a female from a male? Can the distinction between native and non-native speaker, especially since it happens to favor one group of speakers of each language, become discriminatory in some of its applications, such as hiring for language teaching positions? Pre-service teachers indicate what they expect to gain with experience, and these primarily include to enlarge multicultural experience, new communication experience, new teaching tools, new skills about teaching. After the sessions, in the course of self-assessment, pre-service teachers generally recognize the aspects that they could improve on as teachers, but their concerns relate to more than just linguistics issues. In general, however, they tend to consider that the telecollaboration was a positive experience. Pre-service teachers tend towards a kind of linguistic accommodation. Native speakers adjust their speech to non-native speakers in order to achieve understanding. In our data, it was possible to recognize that native speakers speak more clearly, emphasize some keywords, repeat or paraphrase, and use short sentences. In addition, this linguistic accommodation from the native speakers, both pre-service teachers and students showed they were listening and following by using back channeling, tried to repair misunderstandings, summarized what the other has said so they could confirm understanding, and ask for clarification. Among the participants, there tends to be a kind of contract didactique. So both sides accept the asymmetry of the situation and take into account rules such as the fact that the native speaker teaches and the learner repeats what is being said. The turn-takings of the native speakers are most evident in mistake correction, 81%, explanations, 47%, and positive feedback, 37%. So, in what way does meaning negotiation between native and non-native speakers develop intercultural awareness? Page's taxonomy lists some elements of intercultural interaction competence: intercultural development, cultural identity, global awareness, prejudice, and racism. These elements indicate an increasing level of Internationalization in society. The answers to the questions, what have you learned in terms of cultural contrasts and similarities, indicate recognition of difference, including awareness of one's own culture